Good evening, viewers. Welcome to a Tuesday night at Matchfit Entertainment, and welcome to Matchfit's official coverage of Supercars NZ. That's right, SCNZ's 2026 Allports V8 Supercars Autumn Series. Better get this right. I think, no, Summer Series. Either way, it is proudly, obviously, broadcast live by Matchfit Entertainment, but brought to you by GAMAFLARE, Allports. This week's weekly sponsor, Jigsaw Projects, and obviously going out to our Sky viewers. Welcome aboard our Sky viewers as well. Here we are, Long Beach, round 5. I'm Davo, J-Man, always by my side. How are you doing, my friend?
Evening, Davo. Good evening, viewers, or afternoon if you're tuning in on Sky 83 Face TV. Welcome aboard. Yeah, good to get into this one. Long Beach. Don't think I've called a race here before.
No.
New to us, Davo, but a fantastic piece of racetrack if you're all too familiar with it. 3.16 kilometres. It's not a very big lap. Lots of concrete once again. This will challenge the drivers in the Div 1 Supercar Series here. And the qualifying, I believe, is underway, Davo. So look for these times to light up the page here.
Yes, short 15-minute qualifying, J-Man. Look, I was absent for pre-race practice. I'm not sure whether you got eyes on it, but I looked a little bit that I did see was typical US street circuit. Maybe a little bit of contact coming up tonight with these very, very brutal walls around this circuit. There is like no relief from it, so expect to see a few scuffed up cars, I suspect, tonight.
Yep.
So, ones to look out for, the usual suspects. Zach White, been a regular in the comms box for post-race interviews throughout the season so far. Obviously, Ariane, Leonard, and who would the other one be, J-Man? None other than...
Retro White.
Yes, and Darren Love. So... yes, the usual suspects to keep an eye on. We've got, we've got Zach White out there now, just massaging the wheel arches off that Camaro as we speak. So, what's that space? Gunstone in a Pertec version of the South Canterbury removals car. Look, I love these guys mixing it up. As always, with the South Canterbury removals boys. The Guns Up Racing cars, always outstanding to look at. So, nice work from those boys. Scott McKenzie in one of the Misfits cars, as always. Also, just maybe slightly trying to just maybe narrow, just slightly, the width of that Mustang here for tonight's heat race. I think, what have we got? What is the format here tonight, Entertainment?
So obviously 15-minute qualifying where it's a 3-lap scenario for these drivers, 1 out lap, 2 hot laps. Heat 1 will be a 15-minute race. A little bit of a 5-minute break after that. The feature will be a 35-minute inverted top 15. So once again, we are back to this dual format tonight with a very, very quick 15-minute sprint race to kick things off, and then we get into that feature, and that will be exciting, watching some of the quick guys from race 1 trying to come back through from 15th and further up. Definitely that top 5 places, so 10th through 15th, look to get a wriggle on pretty quickly in the feature. But right now, it's all about setting the precedent here at the moment. Retro White, once again, as he did in the practice session, Dave, I can tell you that he was going fast there, and once again, he's doing it again with a 19. What are we looking at? 19.9, I think.
Yeah, 19.9.
Yep. So, interesting stuff. J-Man's just lacking a bit of data tonight, so I'm going to have to wing this one. Welcome.
I'm sure you'll manage.
To the viewers. Once again, Matteo just really lighting the chat page up. He's pretty G'd up. He's almost as pumped up as our little mascot there, Archie, at times. So, good on you for tuning in, Matteo.
Yes, thank you, my friend, and thank you to all of the viewers either joining us here live on the YouTubes or watching us via Sky 83 on a Saturday afternoon. Awesome to have you on board. If you are watching us live, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, along with the algorithms, and support Matchfit Entertainment and Supercars NZ in doing so. J-Man, the first wave of qualifiers have been out. There is still quite a few cars yet to submit a time, as we just see. It looks like Phil Antoon sneaking into the pit lane there for a practice pit stop, and just looking at how tight that said pit lane is, probably not a bad idea to get some practice, just quietly.
That's going to be a bad idea. I can see plenty of concrete around here tonight on this this racetrack. So the track itself, 11 turns. Like I said, it's a pretty tight little circuit. There's a couple of key points in the circuit. Obviously, the run out of turn 11 and through the sweeping right hand up past the finish line, all the way down to the heavy braking zone of turn 1. And then very quick fire, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then back on the gas again, little short shoot. So cool lap here. Wouldn't mind having a skid off here at some point with yourself, Dave, on something a little bit spicy.
I think that would be in order, J-Man. Yeah, so top stuff, but looks very challenging. Let's just leave it there. I mean, just the walls are so close. I mean, the track actually has some width to it. In the majority of it actually has some width to it, but just it gets a little bit tight around in the back section of the circuit here.
Yep.
Darren Lobb out on track at the moment as the cameras just pick up on him there. Of course, we've got to thank the good people at Supercars NZ for putting on another fantastic show for us here on a Tuesday night. The drivers never fail to entertain, obviously. You know, this doesn't just happen by itself. We've got to thank the good people at Allports, GAMAFLARE, and of course Jigsaw, Woodworks, and Carpentry for being our weekly sponsor. What a bunch of legends. So if you need anything, you know, that means, you know, hammers, woods, nails, that sort of jazz, get in touch with them, and the legends over there will help you out. Hey man, who else is out on track? We did mention Darren Lobb out on track. Looks like he's just dawdling around there a little bit. That is Russell Pepperell, actually out on track as well. A couple of these guys, again, just sneaking into the pit lane here. Not a bad idea to get a little practice on that entry. Fitzy, Blake Fitz, as always, fantastic looking rig this one. And look, he lit up the screens last week. Yeah, awesome stuff from Blake Fitz. always entertaining to watch, but yeah, vastly different circuit to VIR, Virginia International Raceway, where we were last week. So, but nonetheless, exciting all the same. That is one tight hairpin, ladies and gentlemen. And as Fitz rolls into the pit lane as well, where are we at timing-wise? We are over 10 minutes through this qualifying session. Not long to go. Noah Kitcher also out on track there, viewers.
Yeah, some key runners still going. Vanderberg, Edgar, Lobb, Bradbury just finished his. Kitcher, as you mentioned, he's just looking like he's about to come around.
Get amongst it.
What is our timer doing there, Davo?
Our timer is at 11 minutes and 10 seconds, so we literally only have a little over 3 minutes yet to run. Kitcher in the Chevy. Oh, big touch on the inside there. Might have just put him a little offline into the next right-hander there. Very tricky to wrestle these things. I mean, these things are a handful at the best of times, but you get in confined spaces like this. It's like trying to put your cat in a car. You know how it just gets a little crazy? You know? That's what it's like when you put a car that is a bit sketchy to drive in the first place on a track like this. It's a little crazy. So this is going to be great. Time is ticking down for the boys. Was that Vanderberg across the line? I think he's just starting his lap. Yeah, J-Man. How many cars? I think, I'm not sure. We have got about 22 or 3 odd cars on track here tonight for this round 5 here at Long Beach. Viewers. Some stellar times there.
Great times. All right, so in the nick of time before we go to the end of this, J-Man has got his details working finally. Sorry for the little bit of absentee from myself, but as you can see, Retro White up the top, 19.9. That's time did stick when he laid it down over Leonard. Stone Street with a good lap. Davo goes provisionally P3 second row over Jones, Bade. And then another Jones by the way of Ryan and 6th. Lob, Pepperell, Fitz, Brown look to make out the 10 in the closing stages. We'll see what it looks like. Yes, I think we could be close to who got out there. We've still got
Edgar
Vanderberg.
Vanderberg, Edgar, Kitcher and J-Man with only just a smidge over 1 minute yet to run here in the official qualifying. Looked like Edgar might have just, who was that just snicked off in the background there? We actually have Edgar on in frame, so it wasn't Edgar. That would have been Kitcher sneaking off into the pit lane. Yep. Peter Vanderberg, the sole car remaining on track here as we just watch him circulate in the Mustang. Nothing too heroic. Just basically keeping that thing off the walls and in one piece here, even in qualifying. Like J-Man mentioned at the top of the broadcast, at the top of qualifying there, but these guys, you know, pretty much only have 3 laps odd to get it done. It just depends on where throughout that 15 minutes they make that happen, as we see Peter Vanderberg sneak into the pit lane there. There's a beautiful shot there of Long Beach. Reminds me a little bit of the Goldie here in Australia. that stuff in Australia with the palm trees. But yeah, lovely stuff. J-Man, these guys don't muck around when it comes to getting these cars on track. So we just hit a few buttons. Just remind you guys, we have got some stuff to give away here at Supercars NZ. In conjunction, obviously, with ourselves, Matchfit Entertainment, but mainly GAMAFLARE coming to the party here with a great Get a Sim competition here in conjunction with Supercars NZ, Matchfit Entertainment, and obviously supported by SimBlacks and Mozza. Get your phones out, ladies and gentlemen, just quickly while these guys populate the grid here, and it won't take long.
You're right there.
Scan the barcode there, ladies and gentlemen, and sign up. That is an awesome prize. You two could be sitting in that and driving a V8 supercar around Long Beach in a few weeks. So definitely sign up there, ladies and gentlemen. But we need to get back to the action. Enough of that malarkey from Davo. Let's get back to see what's going on track. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want to miss out on any of this, because I tell you, this is going to be exciting. I can guarantee it. The cameraman is going to have his work cut out for him tonight, I suspect.
Yeah, well, very, very good run here. Obviously got the right hand kink to negate off the start finish line here, heading down to what will be, I hope for everybody out there, all the drivers out on track, and I believe we have, what have we got, Davo? We've got around about 23, is it?
We've got the lights up, and we've got 23 on track, J-Man, and we are about to go green, round 5.
Green.
Supercars NZ, Allports V8 Supercar Summer Series, ladies and gentlemen, and a great side jump there from Zach White.
Rian
looks
looking
like
to
he's
try
got
and
the
take
measure.
this. It's going to be on the outside though.
Looks like Ryan Jones might have gone back in position. Bobby coming in hot as well. That is maybe Jensen up or maybe down a position. Actually down a couple of positions there. Jensen, and we have got it all going to the background. Let's just have a quick sneaky peek at this before we get back up to the action. Somebody's done himself a mischief here.
You're right there, Bay, going backwards, and he's still offline. Just cannot get that car back onto the correct race line. Gets a little bit of opportunity now, and it looked like, who was that further up the road? Could have been Blake Fitz. And it is all going on. So
Fitz and Kitcher, J-Man in the mid-pack as the leaders.
Going at it.
So, Zach held position over where Stone Street, Lobby, Jones and Jones, Michael and the Ryan variety, Pepperell, Gunston, Shane Edgar as that top 10 shakes out. Will Brown rounding out that top 10, but there is a lot going on in the background. And it starts at Kitcher pretty well. He leads that mid-pack over Blake Fitz and the melee that ensues. Scott McKenzie, Phil Antoon, Roger Corbett, Jensen, Babe, J-Man. I think he started in 5th and has gone back 11 positions. So, yeah, definitely got hung out to dry there. Without a doubt, Darryl Callahan in ATP Vandenberg and Heath Parlett rounding at the top 20. And, Robbie Bradley in 21st.
Yeah, by way of a crash for Bradbury a little bit earlier on. So, unfortunate for him to go back a bit. But, yeah, the battle commences out the front. And the boys have pulled a little bit of a gap on Stone Street and Lobby. However, as you mentioned, Jones and Jones, Pepperell with a good start. He's up a spot. But Michael Gunstone and that car, a little bit of a change of livery this week for the
South Canterbury cars, yes.
South Canterbury,
anyway. That one anyway.
Rocking that one there is rocking the Anzac livery there. lest we
Headlight
forget.
car. Yep.
Yeah, very, very cool. I do like what these boys do during the week with the paint on these cars, and that thing's well presented once again. Does have the team car right behind him there, so good to see those cars flying in formation inside the 10. And like I said, Michael Gunstone up 4, but Shane Edgar up 8 spots.
Yep.
As is Noah Kitchens up 4, and he is right on the back of Will Brown now.
Yeah, look, obviously we saw, we bade back 10 positions there. There was a little bit of elbows out action there that first lap.
Yep.
And some have suffered and some have, obviously been gifted and taken advantage of that situation by just sneaking around the problem. So, nice work from Edgar. Like I said, up 8 positions, J-Man. Good gain so early into this race. Only a 15-minute heat race here, ladies and gentlemen, so these guys have got no time to just settle in and take a breath. It is qualifying time right from the get. As we just pick up on that Gunstone car you were just talking about, J-Man. Beautiful looking thing again. So awesome stuff.
Forbett just running into a little bit of trouble there. I think the totem lighting up with drivers crashing is going to be a frequent thing here tonight. If they tag the wall hard enough, I think the game will register it for us. So just saw Pete Vanderberg also have a bit of a tag on the wall, and his lit up as well. So I might not pay too much attention to that because both cars I've looked at have just pressed on. So
yeah.
Lots of wall action here, Davo.
There's a little bit of guard bust. There's a little bit of in transit panel meeting going on here, and I think it's just a long beach thing, J-Man.
Yeah. Now Jensen Bay putting a lot of pressure on the Matchfit car on Phil Antoon. Is going to have a look down the inside here. Antoon's going to shut the door, and this is critical stuff. Obviously, Forbett right in the back of shot as well, and we know how important that top 15 is, given that it does get inverted. So obviously right now Jensen Bade would see himself starting off the front of the grid for race 2. I'm sure he'd like to bank a lot more points at this one. However, if you can't win it in the first one, it's not a bad start to start the next one. We've seen it before. Previous winners, yeah, absolutely. Yep. We've seen Pepperell win it from the front. We've seen Vandenberg in previous history. So these guys just playing a bit of strategy, and they get shuffled back like this. That was unfortunate for Jensen, and maybe he looks to make some amends for it the next one. Rayhan still keeping Ratchet White honest. I think that gap's around about a second and a half. 1.4 to 1.5 seconds, those guys, and using every bit of racetrack so close to the concrete.
Right behind them, J-Man, between Stone Street and Lob, is tight, as is the Jones and Jones battle. Let's just call it and say,
oh yeah,
Ryan, no slouch, and definitely keeping Michael very much honest here at the moment.
Bade.
So.
Sorry, mate. Bade was having a look in the same spot as he did the lap before. I just sort of saw where they were on the track, and I thought I'll go and have a peek, and they were right there. He was having a look down the inside again. So Bade is definitely trying to make one more spot up. It would still see him on the front row.
Yeah, definitely. Just look, Blake, Fitz, and Kitcher rubbing guards down that little short shoot straight there. And
well, they've been doing this since lap 1.
Look at these two. These two, I reckon, are rubbing guards more than between each other than they are on the wall. Who was that just in the blue white? Dale Callahan, just literally leaning on. No, it's actually Stephen Banks.
That's Stephen Banks. Yeah,
leaning on the back of Forbett's car, and he can be excused. I mean, the concertina effect into that hairpin is next level. So you can see they've got a fairly good spread between the cars there, a little bit of a gap there, but when they come up to that hairpin, literally they are touching nose to tail in that situation. So they can be forgiven, J-Man.
Yeah, fantastic stuff here from the Div 1 boys to going at it. And by all accounts, doing a bloody good job. Just getting into it. Edgar chasing down Gunstone. That's the 2 team cars. William Brown right in the hunt as well. We saw Fitz and Kitcher going out. And also Wade still on the back. Antoon and Mackenzie as well. So that's Scotty, Mackenzie, Phil, Antoon, Jensen Bay. They're all trading that 13th, 14th and 15th. Like I mentioned, it's pretty important for the next one. When they do invert the grid, yellow flag there for... who was that for? Jensen Bay. A bit of a yellow flag coming up there. I don't know if it was a bit of a track cut there, maybe a slowdown.
His Parlett has been through the pit lane while we have been focusing on this little Lakefish Noah Kitter battle, J-Man. Actually, both those cars got well massaged back in front at the moment. Just in front of those boys, William Brown actually just tagged on to the back of Shane Edgar, who is not like, well, the positions haven't changed, but Shane Edgar flying in formation, like you mentioned earlier, with his with the sister car there, steered by Michael Gunston. So good close stuff.
Still some great battles going on, like I mentioned. Mackenzie and 2, Bade. It's a good one. I feel like Bade's got a lot of pace here. It's just biding his time. Watching the clock tick. It's only got about 5.5 minutes left to run on this one. Is he safe from Roger Forbett? Where is Roger? Oh, he is right there. So maybe that's pressing the issue a little bit for Bade, that he might want to just get one more spot up to secure being inside that inverted 15. He's on the hot seat right now, but one more wouldn't hurt, because you'd still see him off the front row. Yeah, in the next one.
Yeah, definitely, J-Man. Like you mentioned, you know, when it does go a little pear-shaped at the beginning of the heat race for some of the boys, they do chase that, you know, sort of that top 15 reverse grid stuff, don't they? And some of them really made it work, and it's a really good recovery tool for the round, isn't it, points-wise?
Yeah, I think it is. You know, if you're trying to make something of the lot, I think that's not a bad scenario. Obviously, it'd be nice to be up in front of this one, like Rehan and Zach, Stone Street, Lob and Co, and maybe be still in that 15 and try and work your way forward. Option of a pit stop in the next one. We know these things are fuel sensitive by way of 50% availability on the tank. I'm not sure how hard the tyre's getting pressed here. For the most part, there's a little bit of slow speed stuff in the middle, and then some good straight lines, so plenty of time for the brakes of the tyres to cool down.
So a couple of onboard shots there for you, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, out of Phil Antoon's car, back at Jensen, and now out of the rear of Jensen Bates' car at Roger Corbett. Just look, he didn't need to focus enough on what was going on in front of him. He's got Corbett and Banks right behind him, ready to pick up the slack if there's any mistakes. So hear them working through the gears there. Very twisty stuff through the roundabout there.
Darren Lobb starting to mount a bit of a challenge on the back of Stone Street now as the race starts, heading towards the closing stages of this first sprint race of the night. And Danny has closed that gap now. He's only around about half a second behind him now, right with him in this final sector. So patient these drivers have to be, Davo, through that final turn. And Lobby gets it hooked up, gives him a little tickle up on the exit, says, mate, I'm here. Tucks up underneath the wing. So Mustang on Camaro down the front straight. Does he pull out under brakes? Have a look. He's certainly got the draft, Davo. Here he goes. And I'll tell you what, Stone Street didn't even contest it. Can Lobby pull it up? No problem at all. Very nice pass.
overtake on the replay. We were just actually the camera guys were just giving us a replay. Oh, who was it? Jones, Michael Jones, in the wall there after what has been a great battle so far. Actually, the cameras have actually just picked back on as he drags that very sad-looking Mustang back to the pit lane. That is not a well car. Zach White, J-Man, Rian, Darren Lobb, we're going to get the top three Stone Street in tow, obviously after only just being beaten by Darren Lobb. Ryan Jones with Pepperell. Now with Michael out of the picture has Pepperell on his case, but these guys are pretty much run out of time, haven't they, J-Man? Less than a minute to go.
Yeah, absolutely. It is pretty much done. This will be, I think, looking at this will be the final lap. There's only 40 seconds remaining. Oh man, just what Retro White there. Through that right-hander. Davo, no, you got plenty to... The man, he just wiped the possible Jones laying there with obviously that you picked up, tore the front out of that car. There's Retro White now comes out across the line, takes out race one here in the Autumn Series at Long Beach. Fantastic performance. It's the fastest lap of the race as well, with a 20.4.
Has he got across
and,
the line?
actually, no, he has got across the line. It must have been tight.
Wow, that must have been so close. I mean,
yeah, no, he has. I thought it was...
I was just thinking, yeah, no, that's done. But no checkered flag, ladies and gentlemen. So, Zach White ran for another lap. Rian info, as is Dan Lobb and Stone Street. But look, some of these boys in the background are probably thinking, oh my, another one? But look at this lot. Look at this train in behind Shane Edgar, J-Man.
Oh, yep.
These boys are still going. These guys are celebrating one more lap, just going, yes! Yes! God damn it, I've got this!
Look at him. He's got half a chance here down the inside.
He's got this! As we look over the back of Edgar's car, bird's eye view. What a move, J-Man. Just got the run out of the left-hander. Just got it hooked up.
Yeah. Fitz covers straight away off to the right-hand side of the track.
Yeah, smart move, J-Man.
Yeah. Retro White now takes the checkers.
Get back to that. So, congratulations, Zach. Rian not too far behind. Darren Lobb. Troy Stone Street. Fifth position, Ryan Jones. And Russell Pepperell right behind. Gunstone. Edgar, Fitz, Will Brown. Look at this lot. Noah Kitcher actually in that little group there, as was Scott McKenzie. Phil Antoon, Stephen Banks, Jensen Bade. Is Jensen Bade been
15th.
hacked? Is that what I'm hearing in the chat box? Somebody's stolen his
Bates
idea. Roger Ford
played a cool hand here.
He has. Well, that's the 15th position, and we did call it at the top of the straight. You know, that is a good way to recover in the feature race, to be in that top 15 and that reverse grid. Roger Forbett in 16th, Darryl Callahan in 17th, Peter Vandenberg in 18th, Robbie Bradbury, Heath Barlett, Michael Jones. Oh, Jones was doing so well. Jones and Jones fight was epic. Ryan and Michael Jones at it. Yeah, Michael Jones just getting a little bit snaky and finding the tyre wall there. Put an end to that. We were calling out some stuff before we got rudely interrupted by a very exciting race there. between qualifying and then. So we're going to bring you another one. Actually, what else? I've probably got something else
Yep.
here. What else? Oh, we got this one. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I always say this: get the phones out, hit the QR code. But just have a look at it. A little bit of detail there, not a lot, but this is exciting stuff. Supercars NZ are dipping their toes into the Porsche Cup stuff. Like these guys are racing V8 supercars on a Tuesday night and GT3 cars on a Thursday night. And, well, there was a gap in between them. So, what the hell? Let's just put a Porsche Cup series in the middle of that. Makes sense to me, J-Man. Massive Porsche lover. So, that is starting, I think that's next week, actually, 6th of May. That is next week, ladies and gentlemen. So, again, if you're watching this, get the QR code with your phone there. It'll take you straight to the sign-up documents, and you too could be jumping in your Porsche and giving it a crack with the rest of the boys here next week. Next Wednesday. Tomorrow, next week. So, awesome stuff. That is going to be awesome. We'll just hang that there for a little bit longer. Let's just have a quick look at the points. J-Man, have you got points in front of you? Have you got that?
No, I don't. I've got safety trucks out there. I've got the stadium trucks out there putting on a hell of a show. But no, you pick up on that, mate, and I'll
so
enjoy
points,
the scenes here.
Points, obviously, Zach Whitehart leading the championship there with a healthy margin. Down. Actually, not too far behind. Those two guys are actually quite close in points. So, a lot to play for. Lobby, Zach with so much pace, but Lobby just that Mr. Consistency. So, holding down second. Rian Leonard in third, no surprise. Consummate performer for such a young fella. William Brown in fourth. Jones, Ryan Jones, should I mention? In fifth position, Andrew Dutch in fifth. I don't think Dutchy's on track tonight, actually, J-Man. Fraser Clegg, Blake Fitz, Jensen Bade in ninth, and Russell Pepperell rounding at the top 10. You can read the rest of them there, ladies and gentlemen. The likes of Gunstone, Vanderberg, Freeman, Edgar, another Jones, Michael Jones. Actually, there might be a typo on that there. It's like Jonesy. Noah Kitcher, Stephen McCartan, Jason Cossey, Ridley Turner, and Robbie Bradbury, J-Man in that list as well. So awesome stuff from the boys. If you didn't know already, we are round 5 here at the Supercars NZ 2026 Allports V8 Supercar Summer Series.
Autumn, brother.
Autumn. Sorry, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
know it's probably summer where you still are, mate. But
I'm in Queensland. It is still pretty bloody hot. Summer Series, obviously brought to you by Allports, GAMAFLARE, Matchfit Entertainment as well, and streamed live on YouTube by Matchfit Entertainment, and going out to the people in New Zealand via Sky 83 on the weekend. Welcome, viewers. If you're a YouTube viewer, please hit the like and subscribe and support Supercars NZ and Matchfit Entertainment. We are going to get this little bit of snippet of goodness back up on your screen because Supercars NZ, in conjunction with GAMAFLARE and Matchfit Entertainment, are giving away in the Get a Sim competition this bunch of kit here. So don't miss out, ladies and gentlemen. It does cost nothing to go into the draw for this stuff. I mean, it's just, all you got to do is scan the QR code. It's just that simple. Sign up, and you too could be sitting in amongst that damn nice bit of kit there. We must thank, obviously, Mozza and Simblacks in support of that competition, J-Man, as well. So plenty going on here at Matchfit Entertainment and Supercars NZ, as always. And I think these boys are going to just about be at the end of their warm-up, and I need to take a sip of water and get my breath back for this feature race. Whoa, J-Man, this is going to be reverse 15, bro.
Yes, should be pretty action-packed, I would think.
Look, you know it, I know it. Who's on the top of the grid? I think a few of these people in the chat box here will be happy to see the Bade car sitting on the front row, all G'd and ready to go. Am I wrong, Matteo? No, I'm not. Stephen Banks joining him on the front row, Phil Antoon, Scott McKenzie on the second row, Noah Kitchar, William Brown, then Blake Fitz and Shane Edgar. Watch that space, actually. Fourth row, that is going to be epic. Oh, the lights are going to go grabbing it up any time soon here. I think we are lights up, ladies and gentlemen. Feature race here. Supercars NZ 2026 Allport V8 Supercar Autumn Series at Long Beach. Let's go. Oh, Bade, killer start.
Brown not so good, falling back.
Look at that spread of cars. They are 3 wide. Running down into the first braking area here.
Oh, someone around.
God, that looked like Mackenzie, maybe. It was Mackenzie in the wall. And that's Fitzy round. Backed into the wall. No. It's still tucked into the wall there. Is Jones that just, it was like just a bit of a parking. Then I think Jones just thought, look, I'm not going to damage my car, I'm just going to sit here and wait for this car to move. Oh, look at this, look at this, look at White.
Yeah, him and Lobby have been side by side since the start, mate, and it's still going on. They've managed to do this much of the lap side by side, and I think it's only just now we see Lobby clear him.
Wow.
So the 3 from race 1, the podium are...
Sorry. Let's,
Sorry, mate. I don't know what I missed.
Oh, no, I missed. Let's... We've got to show a quick replay, ladies and gentlemen, because the viewers did miss out on the start of this race here, because I was on the wrong screen. Thank you for popping up there. I was getting all the song. I was calling it all. And no one could see it. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the replay. Oh, shut up. But look, you can see what we were just... Well, what Davo was yelling about. 3 wide down into here. We see Mackenzie in the wall just there, and then Fitzy getting all kinds of sideways there.
Yeah, and look, if you're playing catch-up, Lobby just went down the escape road as well, Davo, which was not good. That took him out of the lead battle that was between him, Trey White, and Leonardo. But Jensen Bade looking to capitalise on this one. Already out to a 2.2 second lead over Stephen Banks, who had a nice solid finish in the end, actually got back up to P14. So,
quick replay on your call there, J-Man with Lob going up, and he's just gone in way deep on the inside. Pressure from wide there. Oh, he's actually tried to flip turn it and actually tag the right left quarter on the wall, and then a little bit of a massage on the front couldn't help for that car. So a little bit of damage on that now as we get back to the action. So Bade rightly so just walks away.
Banks got race controls
in your ear. So Banks in second, Phil Antoon in third, Kitchen fourth, Russell Pepperell in fifth, Zach White up 9 positions into sixth, Rian up 7th into 7th position. Gunstone holding firm, only up 1 position, but he does have Stone Street right behind him. That will be a good fight. Top end of the mid-pack there, right there. Actually, Stone Street, mate, not mucking around, just gets it done immediately there, J-Man. And pass Daryl Callahan. So that's Ryan Jones actually rounding at that top end. He was just tucked in behind these two boys as they went into battle there. Just like Pepperell in the foreground there. Pepperell attacking the back of Kitchen Car. And that is, I think, Zach White actually just, and Rian sneaking past Phil and Toon. So look at this little group of cars here. This is just that sort of back end of the top bunch here as we just see Phil duck into the pit lane there. That is going to be a spicy little battle there. Just watch that. And then obviously you've got this mid-pack, which pretty much starts at, I think it's Kitcher back there. Who's behind Jones? Callahan. So Callahan in 10th. What do you got going on there, J-Man?
It's a good battle. Ryan Jones, Michael Gunstone, and he makes that pass stick.
Yeah, does well. That one. Nice tidy par. No opposition from Gunstone. Jones easily passed there. And let's have a look at the gains from the boys there. Just clearly on the totem there. You can sort of see where those gains and losses have been had. Like we mentioned, Zach White's 10th. Spots up. Rio, 8th spots up. So nice work from those boys. Big losers, Shane Edgar, without a doubt, down 11 positions. J-Man, so not ideal for him. Kitcher, however, running in 3rd position. Can he hang on to that position? There is a lot of racing here to go with a 35-minute victory race here. He has the likes of Pepperell, Zach White, behind him, man. What a pack of cars to have mowing down behind you there. Oh, look at that. That's White. That's White.
That's Rehan putting a challenge on White.
No, that's the other way round. That's the other way round. Zach White passed.
No, White was in front. White was already in front.
Okay, so nothing happened.
Rehan putting up mounting a challenge there, mate. No, Retro White's been showering Pepperell for a little bit, but Rehan's in touch.
As we can see in the background, Edgar's had a bit of a mischief as Darren, Lob and Joan. So let's get what's going on there. Let's see if we can just pick up on this here. Okay. Oh, okay. That's just a little bit awkward. Very slow pace. Grind. Pass there. So, interesting stuff. Whatever works. Let's get out of the back of Kitchen's car. Just have a bit of a sticky beak. Maybe just have a bit of a sticky beak of what he is up against. And it's not hard enough just focusing on this track to keep the cars pointing in the right direction. He has got Zachary White here in the background. He's going to make this happen, I reckon. He's on the outside, though, through that little short shoot. Pepperell's going to give it to him. Rian will want to go with him.
Yeah, this is a tight battle now. With, obviously, Kitchen leading the way, but this is all playing in to a nice opportunity here for Jensen Bade from the front of the grid and making some good inroads with a 5.9 second margin over Banks, and then Kitcher racing incredibly well as well. So see how long he can hold off Retro White. We saw how long it took Retro White to pass Pepperell. See how long it takes Rehan.
Yeah, these guys don't muck around. Wherever possible, they will literally range up on the back of these guys and dispatch very quick, smart Obviously, they're well aware that the longer they sit behind, you know, maybe a slightly slower driver in front of them makes them vulnerable to their competition behind. So here we go, right, sizing him up. Like he's just going to...
Kitcher didn't even contest it.
He's going to give it to him. Now Kitcher. Well, and we are, look at this, bird's eye, it's on. It is
Sneaks
on,
it down the inside. Beautiful
roll.
textbook stuff.
Pepper roll again. Just, you guys, just do whatever you got to do. Get on past. It's not his fight. Kicks up. So we've had a bird's eye view there. Actually, that's a good little view out of the back of Kitcher's car there. Is that all just unfolded there?
Fitz with a big move into the final sector as well, and that was on Daryl Callahan. Made it stick. It was a big move, but he got it done.
Very nice, very nice. Let's actually have a look at the replay of that. Have the bar, and yes, here we go. Oh yeah, nice work. Again, I mean, they do need the other driver to be compliant, don't they, really, to get these things done, J-Man, on a place like Long Beach.
Good run here from Leonard. Oh, not, it's just too short a shoot, but he's putting the pressure on Kitcher. Kitcher out of shape. Rehan with all the pressure. I think he'll sneak down the inside here.
Yeah, Kitcher, 2 wheels up in the garden there. And oh, look, he went a little bit deep into that right-hander there. He had to just stay off the throttle. Let's put him offline for the next one. Wicks it up, and here we go. See, plenty of passing just here, and it's going to happen again. There it is.
He's fighting back on this one.
Yeah, it's wrong side, though, now.
Oh, and who is that turned up? It's Russell Pepperell on the scene. Says, mate, I'm going to go. I'm going to go. Here he goes down through. Man, I didn't even see that coming. Beautiful move on the 750 car. Oh, and that, look at that, just as quick as that, Rehan shoots off into the pit lane. Wow.
So plenty of action, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in for round 5 here in the Supercars NZ 2026 Allports. Oh, Stone Street. Was that Stone Street into the wall there, J-Man? Sorry, I'm going to interrupt myself. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Stone Street. Trying to make a move on Kitcher. Oh, just in way too deep. Clips the inside. Oh, and who's that? Tagged him on the way through there as well. That's unfortunate. Oh, that car's messy. That has lost the front end of that.
That was Ryan Jones going through.
That was Jonesy, was it? Okay.
Yeah,
Yep. Thanks, mate. Wow.
He's going to have more heat shortly with the 686 of Blake Fitz. It's going to be right there.
Yes.
So expect to see Troy Stone Street in the pit lane this time through it with maybe a slightly longer stop than he would have liked. Rehan goes through on his stop on lap 8 there with a 10-second stop versus a 5.9 from Edgar. Gunstone 10.5, Orbit 9.3, Vandenberger 9.4, Bradbury 9.6, and Jonesy with a 10.9. So that would be the other Jones, would be Michael. So the margin at the top of town, 7.5 seconds. It was around about 8 last time I looked, so maybe Tudor half has taken into it already. As Retro White said, Bay with all the work to do to maintain the lead of this one. Still got a pit stop to consider as we approach the 13-minute mark of a schedule 35. So I need to bring the A game on the speed of that, and I'll be fascinated to see where Rehan Leonard comes out once all the pit stops are shaken out, because he wasn't too far away to maybe held up by a bit of traffic anymore and opted to make that stop. A lot of fresh air too, I might add, at the moment.
Yeah, which can only be an advantage to Charlie J-Man on in a race like this around a circuit like Long Beach. Just having the track to yourself. I mean, that's just time. It's just going to give him time, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and I'll keep an eye out on what the lap times look like for Rehan, previous and current. So best time of the race for him is a 21.3. Obviously a 51.9 was the pit stop lap, and once it all shakes out, we'll just see how quickly he is going. As we do see, is that... Okay, is that... Okay. Rehan, he's seizing the moment, Davo. That is a 20.642 to be the fastest lap of the race. We talked about the importance of the track position, and he's utilising it to the absolute best at the moment.
Yeah, so that was just his last lap there, because Bade actually had the fastest lap of the race up until just moments ago. So yes, as we suspected, that clear air for Rio is going to be beneficial to track position when all of the pit stops shake out.
Well, one of the important ones that's just shaking out as we speak, Davo, is the 17 car of Retro White in the pit lane. We talked about Rehan going in on lap 8 and doing a 10-second stop. So here we go. Here is Zach Retro White coming in, and we'll see what he runs. He does a 9.4, so around about 0.6 of a second quicker on the box. We'll see what that looks like as he rolls out of the lane. Get a read on where Rehan is. He's coming from the front straight, so it is going to be pretty tight, I think, because Retro White just come out to the control line now. And he's going to get the job done. Rehan very much still and on a tight, the temperature on the bumper. So the battle commences again. So our race leader, Jensen Page, still out there circulating, doing a nice job. A 22.0 last lap round, 20.9 the best lap of his race. So a little bit off the pace, around about a second odd from his personal best.
Pepperell and Kitcher in the pits, and just moments ago we saw actually I think it was Lobby and someone else. I'm not sure who it was actually. It was Lobby and Callahan. Sorry, I should know these things. That's who it was. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Davo knows what he's doing. It's okay. I've got this. Doesn't I click the screen on for the race? It helps. Thanks, Greedy.
Yeah, just looking at that, based on what we know, if we look at Leonard, Retro White, 46 odd seconds, 46 and a half seconds is what it took out of the lap time to turn it through the lane. And if we have a look at the distance back from Bade, who's still got to make that stop, now he's in. Jensen Bade in the lane.
Yeah, okay, this is the one we need to watch, isn't it?
It is. The time's coming down. I can see it now.
Half race here, ladies and gentlemen.
A bit of a snaggy stop for Bade off the jacks. And he does a 9.6, so he mirrors Retro White's jack time. And here we go. Retro White coming out. Bade's clearly down into turn one, but it's going to be tighter than he would have liked. See White in the mirror now as he goes through 2 and 3.
Yeah, all equally.
Oh, Pepperell with contact on Stephen Banks on pit exit.
All, who's that? On Edgar.
Russell Pepperell and Stephen Banks. He's just readdressed it. Did you?
I think we did.
Yeah. It's just a little bit before that. Pepperell was coming through turn 1 hot. Banks coming out the lane. And unfortunately, they met at the same piece of real estate. And here goes Pepperell. He's going to go through. I think Banks got a fair bit of front right damage. Maybe not a lot of splitter on the front.
Banks
Right.
does well damage.
Oh, I actually just lost the splitter.
He's just lost it. Yep. That's unfortunate.
So cue the understeer or the push for the part of the world we're in.
Jones in the background there. So just flick spinning the Mustang around the corner. It's unfortunate for Steve Banks. He's actually kept his nose out of trouble for the most throughout the evening, and yeah, tough to see that car so damaged at this late stage of the broadcast. J-Man as he and look, as he, I'm not even sure actually whether Mr. Banks, Stephen Banks, has completed or not. I think he has. Yes, he has. Everybody's done a stop except for Will Brown. Viewers, so just Banks just try and limp that thing home. He has got some time to go yet though, like literally what, 14 minutes? Do you drive that thing for 14 minutes, J-Man?
It seems like a long way, don't I? Put it that way.
It seems like a bit of a stretch. They will have the ears back, the eyes forward, his marks. He knows how quick Zach is. And Rion, not too far behind those two, but Rion's definitely dropped off him. A bit there. Banksy, that car we were just talking about that lost the front splitter, he is next in line, and like I said, I'm devoed for Stephen Banks there. The guy has kept that stunning looking car out of trouble pretty much all night, only to get tangled up there with it was Pepperell, I think you said, J-Man, and
yes,
and the front of it literally disappearing off into the infield there. It seems to be dealing with it though, doesn't it, around here at the moment? Not a lot of high downforce corners, I must admit, around the long benches there though. But they do got to stop these things and get them turned. Kitcher tucked in behind Jaden. Jones, you can see over the rear wing of Kitcher's car. Kitcher bouncing up off the curb, trying to keep it top. Not as easy as it sounds around here. Far behind, Gunstream. Yes, go.
Yeah, Bates doing a nice job here, mate. Just trying to hold the margin because he's just run a 21.029. White's 21.085, but the margin there, Bade 20.58 7 lap for his retro wide, but very much a tuck and tight around. It's 2.2 totem there, but and he's doing a nice job. Still got to hang in there for.
Very nice.
Yep.
Will Brown, the leader of the race, now in the pit lane. Man, sorry for interrupting you. Darren Lodcraft.
Yeah, you're right. William Brown finally makes a stop from about 11-second margin. He had overbayed, and we know it takes the better part of late 40-something seconds to get that done out of your race. So expect Brown to come down the order a fair bit as he comes out the lane now into turn 1, and I think Gunston. Oh no, someone heavy in the fence as well.
Stone Street.
Not sure who that was.
Stone Street. Let's have a look.
Stone Street. Oh, and it carries on.
No, he...
Oh, it's still going on.
Yeah,
Should
like
be localised yellows down there.
Oh yeah, he's totally missed it. Looked like he might have been distracted by who is the number 66 car coming out of the pits. Oh no, look, that is getting messy. That car is stopped on track. That is meatball. It is not, oh, he's got it running. That has caused me to, a few guys there. Oh, that's unfortunate. So I think Forbett got up in that as well. That car is a mess, actually. Just have a look at this. This is Forbett turning up on the scene there. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. That is unfortunate. Okay, so I think that all started when Darren, I think it was Lob's car, exited the pit lane. I think that's what happened there, and I think he just got a little bit of, just distracted from Lobby's car rolling out of the pit lane there. And it was the 99 car actually. So let's pick up on this. Just get out of the back of Lobby's car here. This is Lob coming out of the pit lane here. So Stone Street, you can see him. He'd gone past Lob, but Lob's car exiting the pit lane had distracted him and put it in the fence, and it just carried on from there, ladies and gentlemen. Tough stuff here.
Who was next on the scene? Was that Scotty McKenzie straight into, was it?
Forbett.
Forbett, Roger Forbett.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so the leader having a tough time. Jensen Bade really having a tough time getting around. That looked like one of the South Canterbury removal cars. I think that was Shane Edgar.
I think that
he made it incredibly hard. Incredibly hard. No such trouble for Zach White.
No. Oh.
He just...
Yeah, so Edgar actually moving out of the way.
Rides on through, so that crushed them down significantly. Now,
Steve Banks still circulating in that very heavily damaged car. Rian is backed well off from that fight, J-Man. He is quite happy to circulate in third position. He's happy to take the third position points clearly. Just looking at the prospects of that car and the gap that it grows ever wider between himself and Zach White. Steve Banks, mate, I'm impressed that Banks is dragging this thing around and is holding fourth position. You go, Banksy. Noah Kitcher and Ryan Jones not too far behind. So he's really got to stay focused here. Because Kitcher will be round him in a flash with the slightest mistakes.
Yeah, and it's a good net gain in the championship. Obviously not on Retro White for Leonage, but certainly on Darren Lobb, given that Lobby's a long way down the order now. And the boys just coming round. Is that it's just pulling off to the side to let the leaders through. But yeah, no, Banks doing an amazing job given the front end condition of that Mustang. Last lap time through 22.9, plays 22.4 for Kitcher. So there's a little bit of pace to burn there for Kitcher in the 97 car on Stephen Banks.
Gunstone and Fix's car have just been connected all night. These two.
Yeah, pretty much.
Most of the night.
Pretty much.
That's Vanderberg, Peter Vanderberg, tucked up in, behind him in one of the MRP cars. I think it is J-Man.
I don't think it's Pete Vanderberg.
Oh, it's not Pete Vanderberg actually. Who is that? It's Lobby. That is Lobby out of position, J-Man.
Yep. So, correct team, wrong car.
Yeah. Well, forgive me. As they duck, which actually off the roof of Lobby's car there. This is actually a great view of the little battle that's ensuing directly in front of him there.
4.5 minutes to run, Davo, and it's getting real spicy at the top because Retro White is right on the bump now of the race leader, Jensen Bade, who's had it all his way up to this point. Had a little traffic in the recent past and had to deal with that, trying to get round Shane Edgar, and that closed the margin. Now he's got to play a defence job for the next 4.25 minutes, and that's going to be no easy feat. And you've got a guy as fast as Zach White behind you. The guys look so comfortable through the sector one with the car placement.
Oh, this is what a way to finish this race. Yeah, a little over 3 minutes yet to run. A little under 4, whichever way you want to look at it, ladies and gentlemen. Glass half empty. But
good
look,
run.
Bade definitely has his work cut out for him. Even leading this battle here, this little exchange could go either way. Pace and Zach. Jensen.
Been a big look.
Well, Jensen didn't even cover it, J-Man. He just
Ran it on in there.
He thought he had the gap on him enough, and he did. But looking over the rear wingers, which is what we called it with the rear wing camera there, it
drive traction out from Bade.
looked like he was coming for him. Down the start finish, straight curve. Cross the line for another lap, J-Man. We are winding down quickly in a T1.
Battle back, get your home.
Again in the wall in the background. I'm picking that up on my data. We can't take our eyes off this. These guys only have a couple of laps to run.
Yeah. Yeah, worthy of the cameras, the battle at the front. Jensen Bade doing a stellar job. We're all the way up to this point, by all accounts, still doing a great job holding off Zach Retro White. Ray Hunt, a distant third at the moment, some 6.5 seconds off the start battle, Davo, but nonetheless, still going to pick up a nice podium here tonight.
Absolutely. The timing is
Davo? What's the call?
Oh, I don't know. The timing's showing 3/4 tenths apart. It is not 3/4 tenths, 3 or 4 tenths apart. I tell you, it's a lot closer than that.
No.
And you don't even need the timing, ladies and gentlemen. See how close it is. It is more than visible on track there. So that little concertina effect we just saw into that hairpin back there, J-Man. And Zach having to roll right out of the throttle there to avoid any heavy contact. Open that gap up a little bit as they just tuck through the roundabout there. Wheels in the garden. Whoa. Oh, look.
Yeah,
Bates just, if he keeps his cool,
the
he's
drive
got this,
traction
J-Man.
for
He's got
Bates'
this.
car. Yeah, he's got the corner exit stuff locked down at the moment. However, Bradley White, very, very good running in and under brakes here. Edgar. That was Edgar in the pit lane. Another little wipe on the wall there for Rattray White.
Just
the right-hander.
Just doing some late wheel alignment adjustments on the Camaro there, J-Man. And we are, where are we? 34 minutes and 38.
2 laps.
They're going to get another one here.
Yeah, definitely. This will be the final lap that they're about to start. But you just see the drive traction once again. He's got it.
Yeah, look at him run. Look
locked
at him run
down.
there.
If he's in front, I think
Same as last lap.
at the end of this lap, at the final turn, he will hold this thing out. But it'll be all about the run out of 4-5. I think for me, I think that's the hot spot there.
Yeah, cool heads.
Here come the opportunities. Come out of this next one here. Oh, once again, gets the power down. No even need to cover.
It's faultless, wasn't it? And it shows just in that maintaining that gap between Zach and himself. There's no pressure. Zach nowhere near close enough to make a lunge at him.
Nah, but he made him think about it.
He did then, didn't he?
He made him think about it. He pulled out to the right and made him have a big think. But what it done is it actually showed up the exit for him, so he didn't get the drive down here.
So
and it'll be all meant and driven from here, I think. For,
Yep.
for Jensen Bay, he knows how strong he is out of the final turn. All he's got to do is to put it in here one last time.
There it is.
Oh,
Ladies
so
and
close there
gentlemen.
for Rattray White.
And Jensen Wade runs down across the start-finish line for the bottom time to take out the win here in the feature race. Round 5 in the Supercars NZ 2026 Allports B8 Supercar Autumn Series. Ladies and gentlemen, Zach White, second position, Rian. Actually just rolling across the line now for third.
Jones,
Steve Banks,
Kitcher.
and Jones are at it. J-Man, Kitcher, all kinds of sideways as he comes out of that final corner. Jones in tow. Will Brown, next car on the list in position. Gunstone with Fitz, and I think that is not Vanderberg. That is Long. So that is Gunstone, Fitz, and Long. In the background, Peter Vanderberg's actually got something else going on, which is Russell Pepperell giving all sorts of pressure. So Vanderberg taking out the top 10 there. J-Man, Russell Pepperell in 11th. Heath Barlett in clean air in 12th. Robbie Bradbury in 13th, and across the line as is Michael Jones. He's had a tough night tonight. Dale Callahan bringing home a very damaged number 137 Mustang. That does not look nice, but he's getting it home. Note back down. Never back down. Don't stay down. We love it. Good on you. Roger Forbett in at 16, down Lobby in 17. Tough race for Lobby.
We will rip
Shane
straight.
Edgar, Stone Street, Antoon,
Tonight,
Mackenzie,
with the pump
and the
interview,
like.
so it's straight.
Awesome stuff, guys. So, yes, you have...
You got some cold, Ray, huh?
You have 10 minutes, my friend.
Sorry, Dave, I interrupted here.
You can interrupt me if you like. I'll let you.
Copy, Rahan.
Yeah.
You got us there, Rahan? Hey, mate, pretty hard fought feature there. And you got me, Gort?
Yeah, a bit sketchy, J-Man, but carry on, my friend. Down there.
I think he's gone.
I think he has one, honestly. You know what he was going to ask, wasn't it? It's just like, how was your feature race. It's, you know, like starting from a bit further down the field for the feature race. Sketchy stuff here
Yeah.
at Long Beach. Scary,
It was,
actually.
Yep. Typical stuff at Long Beach. I think everyone got through as cleanly as possible.
Yeah.
Things still happen, but worse.
Yes.
And then we just tried to join there.
Relatively unscathed, but still a little bit sketchy. Not sure what's going on. The audio's a little bit sketchy, ladies and gentlemen. So we've even got Rian breaking up. Unfortunately, still there, my friend.
Yep, it's also cutting out on my end a little as well.
Yeah, so not sure what's going on there. So we will make it quick, ladies and gentlemen. Look, you kept your nose clean, Rian. There was a little bit of ripping and barging going on. No surprise with these good races, particularly around a street circuit like Long Beach. But you managed to keep the car nice and straight and pointing in the right direction. And look, gained right up on the back of Zach and Jensen, but look, towards the end, it was sort of, we thought you might have just sort of eased off a little bit. Is that, did you just sort of resign yourself to taking third and taking the points here tonight? We don't, yes, hello? Yeah, okay, we,
Well, obviously got the big undercut.
yep, yep.
Yep, sorry.
Yeah, no, keep going. Sorry, we definitely have technical issues.
Yeah, my thing's cutting out now too.
Okay, look, Rian, we are going to leave it there. Look, stellar job, mate. Well done on your third position here tonight in round 5 of the Supercars NZ 2026 Allports B8 Supercar Autumn Series here at Long Beach. Thank you for joining us in the comments box, albeit with we're having a few little gremlins actually. So I will send you on your way. Congratulations, panel, big pat on the back from all of us here. And no doubt we'll talk to you next week. Hopefully without any technical gremlins.
Yeah, thank you very much. Catch you next time.
Thanks, Raya. Okay, next up, Zach White, my friend. Look, I hope I've got you. I hope I've got you loud and clear because some of the boys are having some techie issues in the background here at the moment. And, so hopefully I did hear you speak then. I hope I've got you loud and clear.
Yeah,
Zach White, second position. Man, what a battle towards the end there of the feature race.
Yeah, the tyres were shot. It's a lot of surprise at how abrasive the track was. I don't know if it was just hot. It didn't feel too hot. Yeah, just track did not like the tyres apparently.
You don't think it was anything to do with how hard you push? It's just quietly, Zach.
I'm sure it I think maybe if I took the first couple laps out of the pits, then it would have made the end a lot easier. But
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
coulda, woulda, coulda, you know. So
Yeah,
one of those things.
Well, that's right. That's right. She would have caught up. And some close look. We just what a crazy night here. How do you approach a night like this? Like, not only setup, but just like that whole mental attitude you go into a track like a Long Beach, where you know, like you can easily, through no fault of your own, end up in the wall and with a very broken car. Do you attack it in a different sort of a way?
Yeah, for sure. Like you got to factor in the reverse grid as well. Like you know, if it was just like the first race and you started where you qualified, it would have been a lot easier, and you don't have to worry about half the PS that goes around in the back. But
Sure.
like in the race, just take your time for the first couple laps. Even if you lose 8 seconds or so, like we did, you know, it's better than being in the fence and out of the race. So, just try and get through the pack mostly, and then work on the rest of the race. I kind of split it into two. I don't really see it as one big race. I just try and split it into 2 sectors, and just be patient. Try not to die. Make the most of it.
Yeah, I suppose, because the first half of the race is hectic, isn't it? It's just like, it's a totally different mindset. You know, you're just on edge, don't want to get into trouble, and then once the field spreads out a little bit and everybody gets in their rhythm, then you can sort of start to focus on your pace and the chase, I suppose, don't you?
Yeah, like you gotta. I don't know. For me, it was a case of trying to make positions where I could, but at the same time, just let everyone have their shunts, because you know, people get impatient and think that the race start is the best place to pass, which obviously it can be, but it can also be the best place to shunt. So
Very philosophical, but look, and I totally agree. Look, Zach, congratulations, well done. Another hard-fought race for you, and not a bad points haul tonight. So I am running out of time quickly. I am going to give you a pat on the back and a congratulations in a second, and give you a chance to call out your sponsors like we normally do.
thanks, man. The big core temp on the side of the car does a lot for us.
Yes.
Keeps me cool temp. Core temp, air conditioning, you know, keeps me nice and cool in the car, so it's thankful for that. And of course, everyone at the clips, they're great guys, so
Awesome.
Thanks to them.
Excellent, thank you, Zach. I'm going to let you go now, and I'm sure we'll be talking next week again. So
I'll try.
I know you will. Well done. Thank you, Zach. Zach White, awesome stuff. One more, ladies and gentlemen, and that is one more in Jason Bade. Jason, do we have you on comms on a night that we are suffering some serious little gremlins in the audio?
Yes, we do.
We do.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Well, that's worth celebrating. And what else is worth celebrating is a great win from you in the feature race there. I know you got tangled up, and it was a tough heat race. Obviously, put you in a great position with that reverse 15 to start from the top spot and run away with it. It's still not that easy, though, is it, Jensen?
Yeah. Zach almost got me there at the end. I think my tyres just helped me a lot because they were like a few laps fresher than his.
We were watching. It was getting very hot at the end. We were holding our breath a little bit for you. It was getting very close. Very, very close.
Yeah, well, I was just, because then I had that little incident with the lap car, and the gap went down to like 8 or 9 tenths, and then he like got right up to the back of me.
Yep.
Then I was just focusing on like getting good exits, especially from the last corner, because then there wasn't really many good overtaking spots other than turn 1, obviously.
Yeah.
Which worked out pretty well because I could just hang on through the entire lap and then just make sure my exits were good, and there wasn't really much he could do.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, look, crazy stuff. I mean, J-Man and I, neither of us had called Long Beach before, but we only had to watch a few minutes of the pre-race official practice, and we thought, look, this is going to be a spectacle, particularly at the beginning of the feature race. You guys actually, I mean, there was a couple of big shunts throughout the field. I mean, you sort of got tangled up and, got hung out to dry towards the end of the heat race there, but yeah, crazy stuff. You did just a stellar job, mate. Stellar job.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. So it's about this time we do give all our drivers a chance to just give a quick shout out to their sponsors before we send them on their way and maybe talk to them next week. Floor's yours.
Just Phoenix Racing Team,
Awesome.
and yeah, Andrew was helping me there with the strategy. So that was helpful as well.
Lovely. Awesome, Jensen. Well done. And no doubt we shall be talking to you soon, possibly next week. Again, enjoy that. Congratulations on your win, and we are going to let you go. Well done, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Gents obeyed, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us tonight. Thank you everybody involved. Obviously, Matchfit Entertainment bringing to you live, GAMAFLARE for sponsorship, also Allports. Jigsaw Projects are limited as well, weekly sponsor tonight. Legends, those guys also going out to Sky 83 on a Saturday afternoon. Legends as well. Thank you all viewers. Don't forget, next Wednesday, what have you got next Wednesday? Not that bit. This bit. Porsche Cup next Wednesday. Get over to Supercars NZ Discord and sign up for that. It will be a hoot, ladies and gentlemen. We've got to go. I'm running over time. Thank you for joining us. Hit the like and subscribe button and support Matchfit Entertainment and Supercars NZ. Thank you very much. Bye for now.